At least 21 people have died in Kiev in the last 24 hours. Some news agencies are reporting that the death toll is closer to 70. We're not able to confirm that yet here at the BBC. And in the last few minutes, the European Union has announced sanctions against Ukraine. They include a ban on exports of riot gear and also asset freezes. We'll have more on that from Matthew Price in Brussels in just a moment. Let's have a look at some of the other things we need to see, though, as we cover this story. First of all, let's take it a live feed from the Associated Press. This is coming from Kiev. You can see that some lights are still shining down on the people who remain in parts of Independence Square. One other bit of video I wanted to show you is of a group of protesters coming under fire. Again, we can't be sure who is firing at them, but you see them there hiding behind their shields, and as you hear shots ringing out, several of them fall to the ground. Let's find out more about these European Union sanctions. We've learnt this in the last few minutes. Matthew Price is our correspondent in Brussels. We can bring him in here live on Outside Source. Matthew, give us more details on what the EU's announced.
Well, it's been quite interesting. There's a little bit of a contrast between the official statement that Baroness Catherine Ashton, the EU's top foreign policy official, gave, and the dribs and drabs coming out from some of the ministers in that meeting. What she said was that after the ritual, if you like, of condemning the violence and calling on all sides to calm things down, she did, as Brussels and Washington have done in the last few days, put the blame on and the requirement to calm things down firmly at the door of President Yanukovych.
Many people in Ukraine have been contacting the BBC to tell us about their experiences. Let's just pull up Marco saying long lines forming at petrol stations amid rumours that fuel trucks have been banned from entering Kiev. Daniel, you can hear us, I think. Tell us the latest from the centre of Kiev, please.
Well, if you can see, I'm afraid I'm wearing my protective gear again, because as we were standing in our hotel overlooking Independence Square, another bullet was fired very close to us. It's been a very, very bloody day, a very dangerous day for the protesters and to a degree for the police, and the anger has now really reached boiling point. As we're on air with you now, the bodies of those who killed, or at least those that have been kept downstairs in the reception of our hotel all day, are being paraded around Independence Square, and everyone's been holding up their mobile phones as kind of tributes to the people who died today.
Stay safe and stay warm. There's Daniel live with us from Kiev. Now, we were talking with Simona from BBC Monitoring about the situation outside of Kiev. I wanted to show you three cities here: Luhansk, Donetsk in the east of the country, and Ternopil in the west. And the reason is that we were talking to people on social media, inviting them to send in their experiences via video, and we heard from people in those three cities. Let's start by showing you this.
Hi people, I'm Alexander from Ternopil, and right now I'm on the central square. You can see that a lot of people, and there is a tent where people are going to Kiev, you know, because here in Ternopil all the police, everybody is for people, for revolution, so there's no problems here.
Here's another video that we've been sent here at Outside Source from Ukraine.
My name is Viktor Mishchenko. I live in Donetsk, which is in Ukraine. I do not support those protesters because I don't want Ukraine to become a part of European Union. By the way, I am an English teacher myself, but I want Ukraine to become part of Russia.
Well, thanks to those two for sending those videos in. We've been hearing a number of reports from across Ukraine about problems accessing funds from ATM machines. And Henry, who's in Lugansk, has sent us this video to help us understand it.
This is really quite heartbreaking in the city of Lugansk. People are really afraid. They want to get their money out of the banks because no one knows what is going to happen tomorrow. You can see a lot of people who are gathered, waiting to get their money out from the bank, from the ATM. It's quite a huge amount of people.
So it's Henry showing us the queues at ATMs in his city. We understand the Reuters...